Hi Pisces, if you'd like to come on in, have a seat for some symbolic support. Here's your scroll made in your name and essence that we will scry. Age to perfection, of course, it's so it's been with you for lifetimes. We'll also add on Tarot and Oracle in a shaman's palm, and we have Ghost Tube here kicking for any audio additions that may inspire or irritate. You know the drill. Receive or release freely. So Pisceans, I feel like I'm a little like, ooh, what's going on? Like, oh my goodness. Okay, I'm going to take a moment here to officially open. If you'd like to join me to close the eyes, cleansing the palette of perception, releasing the race and the rush, activating the abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support. Oh yeah, I'm like, ooh, it looks like a big old googly face. It's like Mr. Potato Head or something like that. Feels very fun. Pisceans, what's going on? I can, something about my nostrils. Maybe somebody got it like a nose piercing or something along that lines. Could also like be working on your sinuses or something up about the sinus area. I feel very creative in my speech. I feel very, very almost like I am speaking like neon lights. Maybe just what you're saying is captivating. You might be a storyteller or just simply the way you share. There could also be some gossip around, but the way I feel like I'm just I speak like a neon lights. Okay, so I'm wandering up through the nose and I'm seeing... Oh, okay, so I'm wandering up through the nose and then I'm seeing... I think the closest thing I can kind of resonate what it looks like is some sort of, like, you know, like in those mystical shows or magical shows, maybe like kings and queens. There's like some sort of a... I don't know.
Nobody understands.
Like headdressy thing. Like I'll do my best here to, you know, like say this was ornate, and it would be like that or something. Do you know what I'm saying? Like there's something here. There's something here. It's perched. They're looking down. And when I say they're looking down, it's because whatever's perched over here, and again, I feel like it's ornate, some sort of symbol.
Start.
Excuse me. It's this space of the triangle in the third eye realm, and then it's like it levers down. Yeah, and again, something about the sinus area, but then there's also like this feeling of I feel like I'm seeing energy, and I want to like clear my eyes. Like I want to blink a whole lot. Like, am I seeing that? I feel like some of the Pisces are seeing that. You're seeing energy. You're seeing energy. Whether it's emotional energy, ethereal energy, whether you're seeing spirits, or even through the nasal cavities. Some sort of clair, something or others are coming through, and it might be a little like, oh my gosh, what's happening? What's happening? You know what's happening. I feel like you know what's happening. For most of you, you've called this in. I've spoken into existence, and subtle actions have been working towards this. I hear there is a listening. There is a listening. So if it's too much or too little, say it. Say it, and there will be a listening. And there's like that difference of like knowing or thinking of what or saying what we want versus what we need, right? So it's like, I need $1 bajillion. Really, you probably need $1 million. You know what I mean? So, and I'm not saying it's like of a greed thing. It's
janitor.
Just different. It's just different. Like you're receiving what you need as this is happening, growing, glowing, growing and glowing in the mouth.
Don't leave me.
Somebody also might be a snorer. Maybe looking at that, like, what is that? Deviated septum or something like that. Shaman of purification. You might be clearing up the sinus cavities, the channels in that. Doing some work, taking a look at things. like neti pot style or whatever other kind of, or, you know, if you've been heavy in the nose candy, you're clearing things up. It feels very raw when I wander down that rabbit hole. Again, I also see somebody with a nose ring. For whatever reason, I see that. Wandering into your cave of winds of it's the truth. Anything that haunts your head and your heart, there it is. It's, some might feel like they got a raw deal. Others, there's something, some part of my body, at least it feels like in my face, that's
What
raw.
do I do?
Like in that navel cavity, or just like dry air, and I have a humidifier simultaneously. It could be also a dehumidifier. Like there's something about temperature and like researching what could be irritating or bothering. I'm also seeing like a wink or something like that. Shaman of Courage is in your, oh, sun's coming out, in your hearth fires,
Buy
in
me
your,
a coffee.
thank you, in your middle finger, if I didn't say so already. Thank you to all those who do donate and support. I feel like what you're doing, if you're like detoxing or going through a fast, or you're looking at things, right? Spiritual, energetically, empathically, whatever the case may be, energy. I'm just going to leave it as energy. The courage to go to go through to meet it, because I'm like seeing these what appears to be like shadow figures. And they're like, what? But we're not shadow. You're just perceiving us as shadow figures, because it's, I'm going to put the word fright in there. Does that make sense? Again, that's not to say that you should use your own discernment of what is not in alignment or aggravating to your energy.
He won't leave.
Okay. Yeah, maybe there's something that won't leave, and you're asking it to leave. It's like, why? Why do you want me to leave? What did I do? What did I do? And you're like, you know what you did. No. Hearthfire, power finger, you know what you did. The truth came out, and now you're purifying that in one rabbit hole, whatever respect that might be in. I don't even know how I got through that channel. In your cave of rivers here of your feeling, so you have the ancestor of knowing and reconciliation. There is something that you inherently know when you feel these residual energies, when you feel or see the energy, when you sniffing out lies, whatever the case may be. And how it feels like in coming in and reconciling it is I no longer require external validation for me to be in my state of knowing. It's like, I know. And then if I decide to share it with somebody else, it's like an add-on of inquisition or a possibility, or to exchange education and knowledge. That's, again, don't tell me. It's more of an inspirational exchange. I feel like if there was some sort of truth that has come out, will come out, and you're in this space of purifying, it'll be, I feel like you already know if you're going to get back together or go back to that job, whatever the case may be. In your cave of earth, you have your spirit of wisdom that came through. And of course, this whole thing, to be in a state of, dancer of promise on the bottom. You made promises to yourself, and you'll keep promises to yourself. You expect others to do that as well, even if they need to be changed along the way. Or it's like, oh my goodness, I'm not going to be able to fulfill this promise. I'm going to communicate it and do it like an adult, or be very mature about it. There's some sort of wisdom that is awakening in your birth chart. Maybe something is happening in your birth chart. Could also be an energy entity from like a birth guide that's coming through. They could be indigenous, aboriginal, so, even like a Mayan or like a Peruvian or Persian or something. I don't know what they are, but I'm seeing it's so large feathers, and their arms are out, so they might be doing some sort of dance where they're very welcoming. And there's decorations. Your wisdom of your gift is coming through. So if there has been fears or fright that you've been working through in regards to the energetic or spiritual realms, I feel like please know that you are protected, and you're protected by ancestors from a different time. I wanted to use the word ancient, but for some reason it didn't feel like the right word. Because they're kind of like eternal, so they might be birth guides.
I know.
Okay, Pisces, I'm going to keep going here. Thank you so much if you've liked, shared, and subscribed. It does help the channel. If you decide to donate, the links are below as well. Request a personal. Great way to give and get a gift. We'll see what else is going on here. Sorry, I get distracted. See, straddling worlds, wandering between realms. Some sort of gift is growing. You growing in your knowing. There's all those feathers. Sorry, the light's starting to come through. So let the sun shine in. This could be subconscious and waking state, right? It could be your conscious, subconscious, or unconscious, preconscious. Add all the consciouses you want. Whatever feels good. Spirit of truth for Pisces. Fortune wheel, luck and right timing.
I'm hiding.
Things are coming out in the right time. You don't need to force them. There's those feathers again. Lots of feathers around you. Pisces, shaman of courage. Up in the hearth fires. Okay, you have two of them. Fire and water. This is like straddling the worlds again. And it's bringing me into, I don't know if it's a crown. I really don't know what it is. Or maybe it's like a warrior thing. Tiara. Thank you. So when I'm looking at your scroll, see if I can do this without, like, right in here. Okay. And then when I look into a tidy house, this trunk right in here, it's like that deviated septum, like the, all the stuff. But it reaches up to the one, to the one, to your knowing, to your intuitive knowing of the third eye realm. Even though it's like you have other senses lit up at the same time. Do you know what I mean? And then it's almost like sometimes you might close your eyes to hear better. So it's like lights go off, light goes on, light goes on. And then you might say something because I'm speaking to spirit, I'm speaking to the energy. So light goes on, light goes off. Or I'm not listening and I plug my ears. Do you know what I'm saying? It's very peculiar, but there's this way of, like, in the whole house, holistic house of your human and higher self experiences, this is how it's expressed. You are the one drifter experiencing life as it comes. This feels like that energy flow in the eyes. And it's like I'm no longer trying to control it. It's like receiving the wisdom to see things as they are, to see truth as they are. There's a responsibility that comes with that. And you might be like, oh, I just thought I was going to see, Uncle George in the corner and saying hi. And you start to see other things. And it's just asking to, like, energetically or empathically feel it like a flow versus running into roadblocks the whole time, like being distracted by it. It just feels like being fluid. And it might take some time to come into that, to reconcile. I'm going to say it this way. Yeah, I'm going to say it this way, but I don't know that it's the right way to say it. Like, what deserves your attention? Because sometimes, especially if you're like a psychic medium, or you might just be going to the grocery store and you're like, and you can see spirit or you can hear spirit or get these sensations. And it's like turning the light off. Because it's like, guys, I need to respect my knowing that I'm here to fulfill mundane tasks. Again, it's not about, like, deserving in some sort of judgmental way. It's in, like, deserving my own boundaries to be like, okay, I'm going to get things done. I'm not turned on all the time. That's how it's making me feel. And it's like you figure that out. You figure it out. Cosmic womb, the divine feminine, and the crossing. Psychopomp vibes are also coming through. If that's a thing, you might help people, souls cross over.
Talk with me.
And this is in your cave of rivers. Again, it's that feeling. It's like a feeling in different states. So some might feel more residually in buildings and things, and then others when I come into like the cosmic womb. And I'm actually going to put the bridge between that. So see if I can do this. So there's the drifter, and then I want to put the bridge or the crossing, and then the cosmic womb. And see how there's like a transition of like water into steam. It becomes lighter to carry, lighter to consider interacting with. And I think that comes over time. Yeah, there's some sort of site that's okay. So I think that's why from the ancestor kind of energy over here, the Aboriginal, Indigenous, Mayan, the sacrifices that were made at a different timeline, the gifts are being received now for that. Some sort of ceremony, some sort of sacrifice is going on, and the results, the rewards are here now in this lifetime for you to receive. Why? Because it was part of the contract of it. It was part of your contract understanding in lifetime A, this would happen. In lifetime 7,200, 21,422, I don't even know if those are real words, you would receive the benefits of that. And here it is. Here it is. And it's starting to grow now. And you will follow through of this contract of sorts or whatever it feels like. I like to move it. When like every action or inaction that you do, these boundaries, all these beautiful things, you're the one who actually gets to, like, if there's a clause in the contract to say, okay, I'll receive this gift with responsibility, this reward with responsibility, and I understand the responsibility, but there's a clause of the wisdom to remain free, to experience it as it comes, and to transform it wisely. But still, like, with this air of freedom, given the time difference, the expression of, what timeline you guys all decided for it to come through. Because you are a channel between worlds. And that's also why I said, like, psychopomp style, or it could just be in the dream state. You're receiving a lot of things in the dream state. Like, while you're walking around, talking and walking, being very animated, in your sleep state, the very same messages are coming through. Just in a different state. All right, Pisces, I'm going to let you go. Thank you so much for being my muse, for holding space for me to share my insights and allowing me to be a guest in your aura. This feels fantastic. Actually, you know what? Before we go, let's just add on a little starseed action, because this could be, starseed stuff to earthly stuff. The vessel between worlds. I have gratitude coming through for you. Universal love shines through the miracles of life all around you. Observation. This light is ridiculous. Expand your consciousness by observing the divine matrix of life. And no limitations, Pisces. No limits. Even that which you observe does not limit you. If you can only observe, from here to here, it's like you understand the wisdom. Currently where I'm placed, I can only see here. But that's not my limit. I will move closer to that. And as I move closer towards or away from something, usually I'm hearing, like, when I move away from something, I'm really moving towards something else. And that changes my perspective. And then I see that far, but I still know that's not my limit. Beautiful. Beautiful. You are a celestial being with unlimited potential. There is much for you to share.
Fly.
All right. Fly me to the moon. I'm going to let you go now. Have a great day, Pisces. Thank you.